Okay, great. So I will share my presentation with you. Here we are. Okay, so thank you for your invitation first. My name is Frédérique Pharaboz. You pronounced it perfectly, Rashad, so no problem on that front. And I am the education advisor of the French delegate for the hosting of refugees within the Ministry of the Interior. I'm not on the right slide, sorry. This is the right slide. Sorry. And so I will present here a joint project of the Delegation for the Hosting of Refugees, the UNHCR and the French Institute for International Relations. So this project is called an Academy for Refugee Participation, and it consists of selecting 10 refugees who will participate in various boards and juries and have their voice in French public policies. So the context of this project, as you know, the 2016 New York Declaration, as well as the 2018 Global Compact on Refugees, have called for a more meaningful participation of refugees. However, refugee participation is often an ad hoc participation rather than a meaningful one. And so, as Rashad said before, the slogan now is nothing about us without us, as social studies have shown that successful social movements are always led by those affected. So in that context, the DIAIR, the Delegation for the Hosting of Refugees, along with the UNHCR and the IFRI, have decided to launch the Academy for Refugee Participation. So what is the Academy? The Academy, as I said, is a group of 10 refugees, statutory refugees, because we belong to the Ministry of the Interior, so we only deal with statutory refugees. And so we are in the process of selecting 10 people. We started off with a social media campaign and a webinar. We launched the Academy on the 8th of October of this year. And we have had quite a few participants already at the webinar. 60 people participated, so there was quite a strong interest from the start in the Academy. Strict criteria, yes, the first criterion is obviously the French language. People have to be fairly fluent in French to be able to understand not only French administration, but also oral French, be able to participate in meetings. And so we're looking for B1, B2 levels in the Common European Framework for Languages. We are looking for people who are or have been involved in associations to help refugees. But we are not looking for experts in the field. We don't want people who to whom the Academy might not be very beneficial. We want people who might benefit directly from the training that the Academy will provide. So we don't want specialists either. We want people who are involved, but not too involved. It's a balance we have to find. And of course, our criteria include quite an equal number of males and females. We're trying to also have people with disabilities. We're aiming for different age groups, different countries of origin, and also different places of residency. We don't just want Parisians. And the selection was carried out by phone. The IFRI, the UNHCR, and us at the DIAIR conducted a series of interviews. not just to test the level of French of the candidates, but also obviously because of the lockdown. So we interviewed 230 people. So we had quite a good number of candidates, 230 candidates who applied to this academy. And we are currently in the final stages of the academy. Our final selection process will take place on Thursday. So what is the academy, very briefly? So it's a group of 10 people who we will prepare for 6 months, because in order for refugees to meaningfully participate in decision making, they must be prepared. And so there will be trainings, mentorship programs to help the laureates get to know the intricacies of the French administration and learn how to speak in public and improve various skills so that they can really be equal partners when they participate in different meetings. So the participation phase will last for a year. For instance, France Terre d'Asile, which is a major French organization, has already agreed to having a certain number of refugees within their board of directors. So we're hoping that many associations and organizations will accept to have refugees within their institutions. And of course, compensation, because as the people will come from all over France, we will pay for the various fees that a few days in Paris might entail. It is, of course, essential to compensate people for their time and their expertise. And so we will cover their fees during the training sessions or during the actual participation in various committees. So, of course, to conclude, the goal is to view refugees not just as victims or mere beneficiaries of our policies, but as real actors of their own lives. And we're hoping for a positive involvement from global actors. It is quite an ambitious program, but we're hoping that various institutions will follow this academy and will include refugees in their meetings. It's a challenge, of course, but we believe that it will be beneficial not just for refugees, but also for the global policy in France, in Europe, and for our societies at large. So that's what I wanted to present you, this academy. So thank you very much.